everybody, welcome to today's live makeover. Today we're going to be transforming our beautiful model Susie. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
We're happy to have her today. So looking at Susie in my chair, she's gorgeous. She has beautiful skin. It's very smooth, no pores. She has really pretty blue eyes, so we definitely want to enhance those. So she has really pretty hooded eyes, so I'm going to do a smoky eye look on her today. So it's a little bit different than what I typically tend to go to, but I think it's going to be stunning on her. It's going to look really pretty, and then we're just going to add some color in her lips and cheek just to bring some life to her face. So we're going to get started. I went ahead and I did my normal skin prep on her today. So I used my whole Sonia Roselli line. And if you guys have questions, we're live, so you can ask in the chat. So I exfoliated, and then I did a oil and a hydrating toner, and then my moisturizer. And my moisturizer always acts as my primer, the Sonia Roselli one. But I did grab a couple of Becca's new primers to try. So this is Becca's Skin Love. This is the Brightening Blur Primer. And as you guys know, if you've watched my channel, I am generally very disappointed with primers. They never quite do what I want. They almost just add an extra layer to cause slip to the makeup, and I like a good skin prep. But Becca has never failed me with their primers, and when I saw these, I wanted to get them to try. So we'll try this one today. I've been using this one, the Blur Primer, and I love it so much. It just makes your skin feel really velvety, and the makeup sits nicely on top. But I haven't tried it yet with my NARS foundation that I'm going to be using today. So excited to try. So that's on. We did MAC Paint Pot on her eyes today. So we did soft ochre just to prime it. And I typically don't do that. I generally go ahead and close for me. I generally just use Tarte Shape Tape, but I wanted to use an actual primer on her today. And soft ochre and Painterly are my go-tos for fair and medium skin. Soft ochre is more yellow though. But it's all I carry now. I don't have Painterly currently because I just don't use it, but that's actually probably what I would use on her because it's more pink based. All right, so we're gonna be using two palettes today. So this one is the Viseart Matte Neutrals, the palette I love. If you guys don't own it and you like neutrals and you like mattes, I highly recommend this one. You can see how much I love it. The pans have quite a lot of product and they're all really loved. But it's just a really great foundational base. It has everything from your lightest brow bone color on fair skin to your black, and it just kind of has everything you need. So a lot of times I'll use this as a foundation. I'll go to this palette as a foundation, meaning like a base for your other eyeshadow. So I'll go into this one and then I'll use other palettes if I want to add different tones, or I will just stick with that one. So it's really good. If you're a makeup artist, I highly recommend it. So we're gonna go in with the third lightest color in the palette. So I'll hold it up. By Susie. So this is sort of like a pinky warm tone, and we're just going to go all over the lid with this. Go ahead and close. And what I really think is going to be pretty on Susie's eyes today is if we add a lot of color up near the brow bone. I'm going to have Susie go ahead and open. So when Susie opens, she has all this beautiful lid space up above her eyes, which I really love. She has these big, beautiful, pretty eyes. But I want to add some intensity. It'll make the eyes look more open and more awake if we add some dark color on this part of the lid right here. So that's what I'm doing. Go ahead and close. And because I'm doing a smoky eye, I'm doing this all over the lid. And when I do a daytime natural smoky eye, I really love to start with a medium tone transition color, because it just establishes the eye shape you're going to do, and it allows you to blend things very, very easily and very quickly. So go ahead and open again. So you can see the difference between these two eyes already. This one actually looks bigger even though we added a darker shadow over top of it. Go ahead and close. A lot of times if you have big pretty eyes and you have a lot of lid space, but you also have some hoodedness to your eyes, if you don't have color up on your crease, it can make you look a little bit tired. And it's more so enhanced with makeup. So when people do their makeup, a lot of times people want to go in their natural crease. So when Susie opens and looks forward, her natural crease is actually quite low. It's about right there. And go ahead and close for me. So her natural crease would be up to there, so at the top of my brush. So if we only did our dark color up to there, go ahead and open again, she would have all this light space on her lid. So if she was to do her makeup that way, she would look tired. When she has no makeup on, she doesn't. She looks beautiful. But you can actually you obviously are altering your look when you do makeup, so you want to alter it in a flattering way. And Susie and I were talking before we went live. You were telling me how you have fair skin and it's really hard to match foundation.
Yeah.
Because things tend to pull. Do they pull more orange on you or more red?
More orange.
Yeah, we've talked about that on the channel before. That's like quite a common problem, actually. Go ahead and close. And you can even see in the shadows, like these are quite neutral, the shadows I'm using, but they definitely pull more warm on you. But knowing that about you, I do it intentionally. I like warm colors on you. They'll be very flattering, but it's tricky. So we'll definitely talk about that. If any of you have fair skin, I'll show you guys how I match Susie today. I'm excited. And she told me she's just started loving the It Cosmetics CC Cream Foundation. And they have limited shades in that. What shade do you use?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think they have light fair.
I think it's the fair.
The fair. It's fair and then light and then medium, I think is what they have. And you know what's so funny about those foundations? We were talking about how great they are because they go on so quickly and they're a CC cream, but you get great coverage. But what I like about them, they really have such a limited shade selection, but they kind of just work. Like they're really well formulated. Like the fair one on most fair skin just works. Like it doesn't pull weird. It's really great.
Yeah, that's what I found, that it just blended really beautifully.
I'll link that one for you guys too. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm topping this with the second color. So this is the NARS palette. This is called Skin Deep. So this is also another neutral palette. But what I like about this one, the reason I chose to dip into this one instead of sticking with the Vizier, I'll hold them up by each other next to Susie so you guys can see. This NARS one, this is the brown I'm using, and see how it's almost like a little bit pink? I would say it's kind of like a rosy brown. It's definitely a brown neutral, but if you were to talk about undertones, it would be more pink. And the Vizier is just more of like a warm true brown. So I wanted that pinkness. I think that will be flattering with Susie's skin, and I don't want things to pull orange, even though the Vizier wouldn't. I want more of the tone that this NARS is going to give me. But that's just me being picky. We could use the entire Vizier palette and it would look great. So I think I'm really only going to use, see how pretty that is on her eyes? They're looking even more blue. They're looking very bright. So you can start wherever you want. So this is the NARS color. You can start in the middle of the lid. You can start on the outside. Just blend as you go. So when I touch the lid, I'm blending. So I blend before I hit the lid. Like I'll start doing my little circles and then hit the lid. And that way you're immediately blending. So I'm going to pull up the live chat. If you guys are there, say hello. Let me know how your week is going, how your Tuesday is. Oh, hi, cute Lynn. Okay, she says, if you ever use airbrush makeup, what do you think of it? So I used to love airbrush makeup because I did a lot of bridal, and for a time that was just very trendy. Brides loved the idea of it being airbrushed. But in general, I do really like it. It sort of sits on top of your skin. So with makeup, you're really playing with your skin texture with normal foundation. You're pressing it into the skin, you're blending it into the skin, but the airbrush just sits right on top. So you spray it right on top of your skin. And so there's good and bad things about that. It's just a sort of a different thing. If you were to, it usually lasts all day if you do it correctly. That's why people like it. But if you were to like not put in the time to really get it correctly and you cry or you something like that, like you'll get streaks in it. It's just, go ahead and close. For day-to-day personal use, I feel like it's a little bit harder than foundation, but I do love it. That would be fun if you guys want to see an airbrush look on the channel. I haven't used my airbrush in so long. Brides now like foundation, and it's, I would say over the two, if I could only pick one for bridal, I would pick foundation. So I don't use it a ton, but if you guys want to see, I still have it. Okay, so that is looking great. So pretty. We're going to use a pencil eyeliner, which I don't do too often. I usually do gel, but we'll do pencil today because I want to do a brown. So this is the Marc Jacobs Eyeliner is what it's called. And this is the shade Brownie. It's the matte eyeliner. They have sort of metallic shimmer ones, and they have these matte ones. So go ahead and open and look up for me. You're going to do your bottom waterline. But this is the prettiest brown. It's so natural. And it's very beautiful. It just has a really great tone to it. You can blink a couple times if you need to. Okay, go ahead and look up again. And I'm going to just go all the way in the tear duct. Blink a couple times, good. Pretty, pretty. Okay, go ahead and close again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the lid, and I'm just going to wiggle this in between all the lashes just to give it a smudge. And I love, love, love tight lining, so I love taking whatever liner I'm using it, and I like doing it underneath the top layer of lashes. But with Susie's eyes, the way her eyes are shaped, when she opens, you don't really see any of that lash line at all, and so I'm going to go ahead and skip the tight lining. So I'm just wiggling this in. It's not a perfect line, which is totally fine. And then I'm going to take a little shader brush. Okay, let's do, I have a couple different kind of shader brushes. Oh, this is the one I want. I'll show you guys the difference. So these are the two shader brushes I like to use. So one is a little bit taller and it's more floppy, and then this one's shorter and really dense. So the shorter dense one is going to do a good job of smudging. The sort of more floppier one is what I would use under the eyes when you want it more diffused. So I'm going to go in and have Susie close and just sort of wiggle it along that lash line and just smudge all the edges. Do you do smoky eyes ever on yourself?
I do.
Is that kind of your go-to?
It kind of is. Because I know I have hooded eyes. So.
Yeah, well, you know it looks good on you. It's going to be great. Okay, go ahead and close. What colors do you usually use?
I use a lot of plums and more of the mauve tones, and I use a lot of charcoals, silver, that type.
I almost did plum on you today. I
do it almost every day, so.
You do, so I'm glad I did browns. Go ahead and close. Okay, so now I hopped back over to the Viseart line because I love, love, love this dark brown, this sort of like brownie chocolate color. I love it. The NARS has a dark brown too that's really great, but it's more neutral. It's more of just true neutral brown, and this one has like a chocolate undertone, the Viseart that I love. Go ahead and close. Those two have just been really good neutral go-to palettes. I feel like if I could only pick one, I would pick the Viseart, but having them both together, I feel like I sort of have all of the neutral shades that I could ever want. Okay, so pretty. Look up for me. I'm going to sort of smudge the bottom line, lash line. Do you do your waterline usually like how you do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do a pencil liner?
I do a pencil liner on the waterline, yes.
Which one do you use?
I think I mostly use Urban Decay.
There's a really good.
You just glide right on.
Yeah, they're super smooth. I'm just gonna, so what I do after I do it is I just chop off the top of it. And then I spray it with alcohol. And then I'll chop it off again after the alcohol dries. And then I'll again spray it. That's how I clean it. Okay, I like how that is looking. Super pretty. Let's clean up the underneath of her eyes. And then we'll probably do lashes, and then we'll move on to skin. I'll show you guys how I'm going to match her foundation today. and just some tips I have for fair skin. Okay, go ahead and look up for me. We really, honestly, we didn't get any fallout at all. I just like to sharpen up the edges. Both of those shadows palettes do a good job at not really getting fallout, even though they're both really pigmented. Okay, looking good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and curl Susie's lashes. Do you ever wear fake lashes?
Almost every day.
You do?
Yeah.
Go ahead and look forward. Gonna curl them. Does that pinch at all?
No.
Okay, give you a squeeze. Okay, go ahead and blink a couple times. You have nice thick lashes. Does that pinch at all?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. What are your go-to pair?
My absolute favorite are either the demi wispies from Ardell or the double wispies. I really like those.
Those are good.
I just feel like the band is very thin and invisible, and once you have them on, you can't feel that they're on.
Yeah.
So
I
if I'm
love
going
those.
glam though, I've used Lily lashes before. I think those are kind of the only two brands I've used, I think.
Lily lashes
I'm pretty
are good.
Yeah, picky. I've used Kiss before. I think I've used those before, and those were really nice. Those were very similar to the Ardell brand. So
They are. Kiss and Ardell are very, very similar. They kind of have different styles, but
Right.
the way the band sits and the way
Mhm.
they're made is
Right.
almost identical. So these ones, I'll hold these up by Susie so you can see. So these are called Little Black Dress. They're a little bit more rounded. It's funny. I'm almost doing apparently what you do every day because I almost grabbed the Demi Wispy for you too. But what I wanted to do with her hooded eyes is do a round eye shape instead of the Demi Wispy, just to give it a little bit more lift in the center. And these Little Black Dress lashes, they're rounder. They're quite short actually for a false lash. For some people, if you've never worn lashes that long, go ahead and open. Oh, we might not need to trim on you. Go ahead and close. Yeah, we do a little. We'll trim the edge. You were almost one of the ones with magical eyes where I don't need a trim. The Demi Wispies you wouldn't need a trim
Right.
though. I rarely need to trim the Demi Wispies. They're very natural. If you have never worn lashes or you want a day lash, if you're like Susie and me who just love lashes and want to wear them daily, Demi Wispies are the best. I don't have any out right now, but have you ever tried Red Cherry 43?
I haven't. Is it good?
Yeah, they're good for hooded eyes. They're longer though, so they're like the Demis but longer.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, you would like order
That
them
was
from
kind of my
Amazon.
only complaint,
Was
that
it
they were a
they're
little
short?
bit short. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the Demis on hooded eyes, I feel like the middle sort of gets lost and you just have the length on the end. Yeah, if you want longer, order the 43s. Because they're same. They're like a couple bucks a pair,
Right.
like on Amazon or wherever you get them. You know, it's funny. The Demi Wispy, the 43, there's like a couple numbers, 217, 747. Every lash brand has them. It's so weird. Like Ardell makes those, and then Red Cherry makes the 43. But if you go to Amazon and you type in 43, you can get them for like way cheaper, and they're truly identical. Like I've tested. So that's what I used to do. I'd order them in packs of 150 and wear them daily and just throw them out. Okay, we'll get this glue to dry. Pull up my chat again. Okay, hi Marilyn. She says good morning. Oh, hi Angie. Cute Angie is here. Fellow makeup artist. And Angie loves Ardell. Okay, Angie is stunning. She's been a model on my channel before. She's the photographer. So we've done her makeup twice, and she gives really good tips about how to look good in photos. But Angie has the prettiest blue eyes, and she wears lashes every day too. And Angie, remind me what lashes you use, because they always look so good.
So Jules, she actually asked, are the lashes Ardell?
Oh, she asked, are the lashes Ardell? Sorry. Angie, these are Kiss. These are Kiss lashes, and they're called Little Black Dress. Go ahead and look down.
And
So
she also had a question about how soft or stiff the blending brush is.
The blending brush was quite soft, especially the brush. Go ahead and look forward for me. Okay, good. Look down again while this dries. The larger blending brush that I used at the beginning is very, very soft. I'll show you. I'll hold this up actually by Susie so you can see. So this larger brush is very floppy, which I like because it really like is soft at diffusing the product. And then the next one, this is a Sigma brush. And this is just like your typical blending brush. If you have ever bought a set of makeup brushes, you probably own this brush. And they're kind of all the same across the boards. Like I have MAC, I have Sigma, I have Morphe. And they're usually goat hair or synthetic goat hair. So they're like this kind of white color. And they're all about the same. They're like a medium density. It's a little bit floppy. Sorry, I sped read all her answers. Yeah, so I like Ardell. Ardell doesn't have a lash shape like this, though. These little black dress is unique to Kiss Lash. Ulta, if you like Ardell and you like Kiss, Ulta's really good because they do buy one, get one half off all the time on their lashes. Is that where you do yours too? All the time. Yeah. So I just stock up. And Ulta does. Have you done curbside pickup yet?
I haven't. No.
So good. So you order online, and then you select curbside pickup, and they usually have it ready within like an hour. I think they give themselves like a 24-hour window, but it's always within an hour or two. And they text you, and then you just pull up in front of the store and call them, and they bring it out to your car, and they're so fast.
That's awesome.
It's the best. I love it. Lost my fan. But these are pretty. So I like the way these Kiss lashes are looking on you today. I like their round shape. I would pick longer though. I just didn't have any of my, I need to restock my filming lashes. I'm low on a lot of the ones that I like. Oh, there's my fan. Go ahead. Actually, we're a little wet still. I'm so impatient with the lash glue. So impatient.
That's my hardest thing is waiting for that lash glue to get tacky.
What glue do you use?
I think I use Duo.
Yeah.
And I usually use the dark tone.
The dark tone's good.
Because I usually do a thin dark liner, so it just kind of...
It blends in. Go ahead and look down. Yeah, for personal use, I love the dark glue. I mostly use clear on everybody just because I never know if their eyes are going to water or if they're going to be like flinchy when I come at them. So it's just safer to use the clear, but the dark is nice, especially if you wear liner. Okay, we'll let that dry. You can keep looking down. So for her foundation, we mixed a couple shades with NARS. So usually what I do for fair skin, I really love the tone of the shade Vienna. It's light 4.5, but it's gonna be too dark for most. This is like a light medium shade usually, so it's usually too dark for my fair skin toned girls. But it has like really good golden undertones that are still quite neutral. And I really love using golden undertones to neutralize redness. And you don't really have much redness, but usually fair skin, you just have undertones going on. It's like your face will have an undertone, your neck will have an undertone, your arms will have an undertone, so I just want to balance it out. And then this is the lightest shade that NARS does. This is Oslo, this is light shade 1, so usually mixing these works quite well for me if I want more of a neutral tone. So for Susie, I'm just going to mix them, I think, equal parts. And it's so funny, this shade Vienna is kind of like a magical shade. It works on so many people, even by itself. It's very bizarre. It's like one of those shades that just kind of melts and like becomes whoever it's on. So I run out of that one all the time. I'm for sure gonna need more than that. Let's do more bumps. Ew, it's like a yucky noise. It's like fingers on a chalkboard. My little metal spatula. Okay, and then I've been liking the e.l.f. foundation brushes. So I have the foundation one, and then this is the blending brush. So the blending brush is a little bit wider. The foundation brush is a little bit more narrow, so I use the foundation brush for contouring. And because Susie has nice, smooth skin, I don't need a lot of coverage. I just sort of want to balance everything out. And you're a little bit more tan on your chest than your face, which almost everybody is. Because your It Cosmetics has a sunscreen in it. And I think most of us don't put foundation on our chest day to day. Do you put sunscreen on your chest, though?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Good girl.
Yeah.
Do you wear sunscreen every day?
Yep.
That's why you have good skin. Okay, so we're just doing a light little layer, and this is matching quite well. It's not pulling orange at all. A lot of times, because you were saying that things tend to pull orange, right?
Yeah.
And usually they pull orange if they're too dark.
Right.
It's hard though with fair skin because you're trying to match like the neck. It's tricky.
So the lighter tones I feel are just so porcelain looking that it washes me out.
Yeah.
No matter what. And so I look like two different people.
Yeah.
So I do tend to have to go a tiny bit darker in the face. And then the trick of, blending in. So
Yeah, I agree. And usually the lighter shades, the more porcelain colors are more pink.
Yeah.
So they kind of wash
Right.
you out. Sometimes though, for my fair skin girls that are watching, sometimes what happens on fair skin is because we're fair, you see so many of the undertones, like you'll have redness in the cheeks,
Right.
redness around the mouth.
Around the nose too.
And then maybe you're like more bronze on the forehead and the nose. And so once you put on your perfect shade, I don't think this is what's happening to you, but for you guys watching that have fair skin, it's like you put on your perfect match, right? And let's say you're not really tan on your chest, so it's porcelain, but you're like, oh my gosh, I am literally a ghost. Like maybe it's still your shade, you're just not used to being one color. Generally when we're fair, we're tons of different colors.
Right.
So if you love the full coverage foundation and you're very, very fair, you have to put blush on or bronze. I mean, you don't have to.
No, you do.
But Susie's like,
do.
you do. She's not as diplomatic as me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's why it looks off. You literally took away all the color in your face. Even Susie right now, she's one color right now, and so you'll sort of see me bring her to life as we add color. And that's a good tip to look youthful too. If you're doing makeup to look younger or whatever, color is the key to looking younger, because you can't fix texture with makeup. You can't fix wrinkles with makeup. You can't fix skin moving around with makeup. You can't. It would be awesome, but you just can't. And I think people are starting to know that too. I think people finally know that everyone gets fillers and not everybody, but it surprises me how many people do. It's like that's what they've all been doing when we think it's makeup. They're getting Botox and they're getting fillers. But you can look great with makeup and you can look younger, but it's color is what you're doing. So you're putting it back into your cheeks. Like you'll notice as people age, their lips lose their natural pigment. Like if you look at little kids, they have bright red lips. Just all the time. You just have more blood flow there, and as you age, they start to lose their color, so you have to put that back in. So that's what we do with makeup. All right, we're gonna do NARS under her eyes. I'm debating if I want to brighten that area. I think I don't. I think I want to not do highlighting with concealer today. So we're just gonna do probably, I think, creme brulee. So on fair skin, I like vanilla and I like creme brulee by MAC, but I generally use vanilla if I'm brightening a little bit. We'll see if creme brulee is too dark. So sometimes I like to really brighten the under eye area, like this whole, I call it the little triangle of light. I think it's beautiful. Oh, I grabbed the wrong brush. We'll see if I like this one. It's just really beautiful and it really sculpts the face, but sometimes it can be not flattering, just depending on the under eye area. I think you could go either way, but I think I'm gonna go not brightening you. So creme brulee is a nice color. It has like a little bit of a peach undertone. That's why I was worried that it would be too dark on her because I don't want to put orange under her eyes. But the peach is nice. I love peach in my under eye concealers because it's going to cover blue. So it's going to cover any darkness or dark circles or not so dark circles, just any blueness, which most people have. Okay, so then what we can do, that's looking good. If we want to brighten it at all, you can take some vanilla. So vanilla is like half a shade lighter and it's just more neutral. And you can take vanilla and kind of put it right under the eyes, like this area where we would want brightened, and top it slightly. Okay, that's looking great. All right, let's do some cream blush today. I'm gonna grab it. It's in my makeup bag. So we're gonna do NARS cream blush. So they have 4 shades. This is the pink one. This is another color that's just like a magical color. This looks good on every single person that I put it on. So this is when you'll start to see the face come back to life. We're adding color back to the face. We're adding color in the cheeks. We're adding color in the lips. And blush is really, really beautiful. I love a good blush. And this is so pigmented. I do like half a squirt. Like I barely press the top just so a little drop comes off. And then I barely even use all that. So if I did a lot of highlighting and contouring, I would put the blush like on the higher areas of the cheekbone, like up here, right above the contour. But when I'm just more doing it to bring color to the face, I do it right above the apples. And I really like how that's looking. If this is your first time using this and you go in with a heavy hand, you can always take your foundation brush that has color on it and you can sort of top it, and then it just looks like you're glowing from within. It's like the color is sort of coming from your cheeks naturally is what it looks like. Okay, so after we do that, we're gonna set her with powder. And you tend to be more dry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna use, this is Laura Mercier setting powder. And this is really a good one across the board. It does a good job of controlling oil, but I do like it on skin that's more dry as well because it's so light, but I'm only gonna sort of do the T-zone area. I think what I'll do on you, because you really look like you're not producing really any oil at all, so I think I'm going to just set under the eyes where it would crease and then be done. Do you get oily at all?
A little bit on my forehead.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do forehead then. Your bangs are so cute.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm going to go back and curl the lashes. I want more lift in the center because these are a shorter lash. I'm going to curl them. Does that pinch it off?
Nope.
Okay. So when I curl after the lashes are already on, I don't go all the way to the base because the lashes will get stuck on your curler. Pretty. See how that like opened her eyes up a little bit more? I really like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little shader brush again and go into the Viseart palette and have you look up. And I'm just going to dust some color all the way to this inner corner. Just add more color. Are you going anywhere fun today?
I'm going to be everywhere today.
Oh, perfect. You'll be so glam.
Yeah, I'll be out today. So.
Running errands.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to just take an angled brush and I'm going to go back into that Viseart color, that brown color, and I'm going to have you look up And I just want to top this color on the waterline. I want it to be a little bit more intense, so I'm putting some powder over it. The Marc Jacobs, the brownie color, the highliner, it really is good because it's very much so a medium brown. It's not too dark at all. So if you want more depth, you can add it with eyeshadow powder. Do you use brown or black from Urban Decay?
I usually use black.
Black's pretty on blue eyes. It makes them look so blue.
I do diffuse it a little bit so it's not ever a harsh line.
Lane.
Yeah.
Well, this will be fun. You'll have to let me know what you think of the brown.
I know, I'm excited.
Yay! Okay, I'm going to grab a shimmer color. This is the only shimmer that I'm using. And I'm going to go back to that floppy shader brush. And this is the color. This is by MAC. I'll hold it up so you guys can see. This is called Bronze. Except for I don't want bronze. Let's do a lighter one. Okay, this one has no name. That's lame. The MAC ones used to keep their name on the back. Go ahead and look up. I'll have to look up what it's called. It's like a really light, sort of shiny brown. Totally blanking on the name. It's one I always get refills up, but I like some shininess under the eyes. I think it's pretty. Alright, now we're going to highlight. We're going to start with Hourglass palette. This is sort of like my base highlight because it's really a soft highlight. It doesn't add a lot of texture, so you can sort of put it everywhere. You like a glow. Do you use highlighters?
I do.
What ones do you like?
My absolute favorite is by Jeffree Star.
Oh, I've never tried his stuff.
It's amazing.
Is it so good?
Yeah.
I've heard his highlighters are really good.
Yeah, I got the new Cremation palette, and they have a color that's an eye color, but I use that as my highlight quite a bit, and it is
smart.
stunning. So
It's called Cremation.
that's the palette. It's all gray tones, from white to black, and tons of shimmers, tons of mattes. It's gorgeous.
I saw that palette. I almost got that one because I didn't at the time have a palette. It was all neutrals. And that one has a ton of colors.
It's amazing, yeah.
And he did a good job with the selection. They all look like wearable.
And very
grays.
little fallout.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
yeah, good quality shadows.
I don't have any of his makeup, but everyone loves it. Okay, we're going to use Becca now. This one's Moonstone. This one's good for fair skin. Because Susie has really tiny little pores, I can do a lot of highlighting and it's not going to add unwanted texture. All right, that's looking good. We'll do some mascara and then we'll do some lips. Do you tend to do more peachy colors or more pinks?
I do a little bit more pink than peach.
Both
More
would
of
be pretty.
More of a pinky nude.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm going to do like a pink base on you, but I think I'm going to give it a little more pop, like
Right.
a little more pink than a
Sometimes
nude pink.
I'll do a pink lipstick and then I'll do a gloss that has kind of a gold in
Ooh,
it.
that's
So
pretty.
it does kind of peach out, but it's really pretty.
Go ahead and look down. That's fun. Okay, go ahead and look up. So it sounds like you're pretty into makeup. Do you like buying makeup and trying new things?
I have way too much makeup.
You do?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite brand?
I think shadow wise, I love MAC. I mean, they have great pigment, great colors. I also recently started buying Jeffree Star. I mostly have just a couple of his palettes. I don't use a lot of skincare and the velour lips he does, the liquid lips, but most of my makeup is Urban Decay, MAC, Jeffree Star. I think that's kind of what I tend to like. I do have a couple Morphe palettes that I like.
I've heard those are good too.
They are. There's just a little bit more fallout, but you know, if you just tap your brush and you're fine.
Okay, I think we're gonna do can't decide how pink I want to go. These are kind of my nude pinks, and then we are like pretty pink over there. I think I'm gonna do, let's do Cosmo, but let's add more pink to it. And we'll skip the lip liner today. Hi, Marilyn. Okay, she said, oh, hi, Elizabeth. Yay, I'm glad you made it. She loves your makeup. You're getting compliments.
Thank you.
And she loves the eyebrows. Okay, and she wants to know a recommendation for salt and pepper hair, pencil or powder. I would like it to look soft. I love, if you want it to look soft, powder for sure. I love the Anastasia powders, and I like to just put it on with an angled brush. It looks the most natural, I think, out of anything you can do. I'll show you kind of what I do. So I like sort of a wider flat top fluffy brush. It's actually not this one I'm going to show you. This is an Anastasia one. This one's really thin and skinny. It's good to be precise, so I like a thicker brush than this. But with powder, what you do to have it be soft is you load up your brush and then you push it up like this. Like you draw up and it just buffs the shadow into your lash line, and that is what I do to have when I want a really soft, natural lash line on people. You don't actually want to do the strokes. You just want a little shadow. There you go. I could not find my lash brush. Make sure I answered all of your questions. Okay, and then if you have like gray in your hair, like a silvery color or salt and pepper sort of hair, you just want to use like a cool tone, so like a cool taupe, or like if you do a blonder color, do like a cool tone shadow. And Anastasia has some good ones. And if you want a soft look, go a shade lighter like the Anastasia. I'll show you really quick. So the Anastasia colors, the reason why I like them is because for every color they have two shades. Like they have a lighter and the darker, and usually it's because you want to do the darker in the tail and the lighter up here where you already have a lot of hair. So on gray hair, they have an ash brown, which I'll use. I also like the medium brown because it's pretty cool. I really like this color. You can use the taupe too, but the taupe actually, this is what I used on her today. It can pull a little bit warm, it depends, but those are the colors I like. So sometimes I'll just do the lighter one. Oh, Marilyn said she would love to have a makeover by Julie. I wish I lived 3,000 miles closer. Man, where are you, Marilyn? That's far away. But yes, I would love to do all of your makeup. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth lives in Houston, Texas. I lived in Houston, Texas until 2nd grade. I really liked it.
I was born there.
Were you?
Yeah, in Texas,
oh my gosh,
yeah.
how funny. In Houston?
Not in Houston,
but in
yeah,
Texas.
in Texas.
Texas is so fun. That's awesome. Okay, oh, Marilyn's in New Jersey. And then Liz says, you look lovely.
Thank you.
And Liz has hooded eyes too. She's unsure how to do a shimmer on her hooded eyes. So far I just do a thin wash of shimmer over the lid and crease before applying mattes, and that's it. Okay, so for hooded eyes, you can still absolutely do shimmer. Liz, try doing shimmer. Try doing a smoky eye with only shimmer, depending on how hooded your eyes are. I did that in one of my looks with the Natasha Denona palette. I think it was the second look. I think the woman has darker hair in the thumbnail, but the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, if you've never tried them, this is a good splurge palette. Their shimmers are fantastic. I really like them because they're very finely milled. They're very high quality shimmers. So they're not grainy, they're not glittery, they're a true shimmer. And they're very flattering on hooded eyes or eyes that tend to maybe you wouldn't want to do shimmers on. And I have done looks where I've done an entire look of shimmer and I really liked it. So I would say for you is to just go for it. Do an entire eye look with only using shimmers. Watch my Natasha Denona video. It was last week, so it was one of my newest videos. And we did pretty much just a pure shimmer look. And it may be more flattering than you think. And then I would just kind of take away from there when you want to do shimmers, just you'll kind of see what looks good on your eyes. So that is what I say to do. Shimmers are not scary. They're fun. I think a lot of people, yeah, they're fun. I think people are scared of them, but they're not scary. But she does love your soft matte eyes. They're very pretty. Okay, I've never tried all shimmer. Very interesting. If you're working with high quality shadows, it can be stunning. And it's makeup. It washes off. If you don't like it, the next day you can be matte. But I really loved that. I think makeup trends were so matte for so long, and I think now it's like hopping back over to the shimmer and the more shiny textures. Skin went shiny and eyes went matte. So like when the highlighter was like at its peak, when people were like dripping the shine products on their face, eyes were matte. But now the highlight, it's more like dewy natural skin, still highlighted, and now we're going back to shimmery eyes, but it's fun. This will be a fun lip color on you.
I like to add a little bit of shimmer just in the corner of my eye, and I feel like that opens it up if I'm doing a smoky or if I'm doing a cut crease. I'll do cut crease because of the hooded eye.
Yeah.
And I feel like just adding that little bit of like bright shimmer just opens the eye right up.
Yeah.
So that helps.
I agree. That's on there is not an eye shape where like a little bit of shimmer right in there doesn't look good. It's stunning always. If you guys have any more questions, drop them because the lips are a little boring to watch, I'm sure. Get it to load. So you guys are watching from all over. That is so fun. I want to know how everyone is doing in your state, like how things are. You see, we're getting more open here in California. Everywhere that is open is so busy. I went to the mall yesterday and it was like so packed. Because I haven't, like we go to Utah quite often and visit my family. We'll go places, but we haven't really done much here because things have been closed for so long. So we haven't hung out with friends. We haven't like gone anywhere. So it was funny to go somewhere. It was like crazy. I took my little baby and we had like a girls' day at the mall and it was so packed. In the middle of the day too. Because people don't have actual school anymore. It's like all online. This is my favorite lip brush. It's Mondo number 170, but the shape of it is so great.
It feels very precise.
It is very precise, and
Which
I love
is good
that.
on mature skin, okay?
I love a good lip. I've just been really into like giving people a new lip. Like I overline slightly, and I really like it. Because I feel like when pigment does start to fade from lips, people think they have smaller lips than they do. Like you have a great lip shape. Like you have nice lips.
They do feel smaller now though. When I look in the mirror, I'm like half my lip is gone.
But they're there, like getting close to you, like they're there. Like you can see the lip shape, but the top, I feel like the lip color starts to shrink. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, like the lips are bigger than, so I think people tend to like larger lips are more youthful, but I think it's because like as people age or whatever, they just kind of, like the lips don't shrink, but the color does, if that makes sense. So I don't go super heavy with the overlining. I'll just do it slightly. And one thing that I've learned, and I'll show you guys as I clean it up because I didn't do liner, is I love the fullness right here. I love the fullness from this side of my brush to this side of the brush. I don't really like a ton of extra fullness on the sides. I feel like it doesn't do anything for the face. I feel like pouty little lips that are more full in the middle look more flattering generally, just across the board. So I'll show you guys how I get that. And matte lips are going to last so much longer on the face than a glossy lip well, especially when you overline the lips. If you overline the lips and want it to last all day, liner first and then top it with a matte lipstick. So not a shiny lipstick, not a sheen lipstick, a matte lipstick that will last all day if you're overlining your lips. But for this pink I chose, I want gloss. So we're doing gloss today. But
Yay, gloss.
just a tip for you guys. Do you love gloss?
I love gloss.
I love gloss too.
I have so many glosses.
Oh, I love gloss. A girl after my own heart, man. You love makeup. You love lashes. Oh. You're my kindred makeup spirit.
I mean, if you dumped my purse over, just nothing but gloss would
Does it really?
Yeah, so many.
Have you ever tried the Buxom ones?
I love those, yeah.
They're so good. What's your shade?
I don't know the name of it, but I think you have it.
Do I have it?
Yeah,
okay.
you do. I think it's the one you used on yourself.
On me? What did I use on me today? I did blushing.
This one.
Dolly.
Dolly.
You
That
have
was
Dolly?
it. Yeah, Dolly.
That's funny. I'll probably use Dolly for you today too. It's a good shade. Dolly's. It's kind of like a purpley pink.
It's just a good go-to.
Yeah, they're so good. They're the best lip glosses I have found in a while because they have enough of their own pigment to them. They're just really good toppers. But they just sort of melt into whatever color is underneath. Okay, so I'm just really going to sculpt her cute lips today. So we're going to go, I like a really sharp corner. So I'll go, this is her exact foundation shade. And I'm just using an edge brush. And I really like this brush because it's sharp and it's flat. So I can go ahead and I can just sculpt her lip line. So I sculpt a nice line and then you'll see I'm pushing it downwards and that's how I'm blending it out. To be really careful when you do this because if you get any of their lip color on the brush, you will add like a blush around it, like we'll draw pink all over her face and that's not good. So we're gonna do this. But this, I just love the way this looks. This is like a makeup artist trick for photos. Like when you look at pictures in magazines and it's a really close up of like a model's lips, like they're biting a cherry or like, I can't think of what commercials it's usually for. There's a lot of photos. For a while everyone was doing it. They'd put like an ice cube in the model's mouth to like sell a drink and they have like these bright red cherry lips and they're perfect. The makeup artist does this. You draw the foundation shade around them and then there's probably a lot of photoshopping to the photos too, but okay, so pretty. So let's pull out our Buxom colors. I actually really like Dolly. I also like pink champagne, but I don't know if we want to go that pink on you today. So the White Russian, this is my nude I top with it.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, this is a good one. But I think we will do Dolly because I want to add a little bit of coolness to the lips. So basically these are my two pinks that I like, Blushing Margarita and Dolly. I'll hold them up so you can kind of see. And Dolly's just a little more purple. So Blushing Margarita kind of matches the color she has on now and Dolly's a little more purple. And I want to cool the lip color down a little bit. So I'll do the cool toned lips. Make sure you're even. I actually love doing lips. I think they're so fun. But when I do a client, I like to stand right here. But I'm like trying to not block the camera. I guess I can turn you towards me. I just want you guys to be able to see. So you guys that are live in the live chat, if you can't see, type in the chat. Like if you want a better angle, because Kelly's awesome and she'll either tell me to move or she can move the camera for you guys so she can zoom in on things that you want more detail of. She may have already done it today, but sometimes she'll do that for the eye looks because it's so much easier to see like the details when she does that. So if you ever want her to, let her know. She's the best. Hi, Jen. Oh, Jen says it's been a rough few months. I hope everything's doing okay, Jen. And she says she hopes everyone well. Oh, Liz is in Puerto Rico. Wow. Oh, Liz has a 10 p.m. curfew. Wow, we had a curfew here for a bit when there were the riots. Right. It's been a crazy year, you guys. It's been just so nuts. It's crazy to think back on like how it was more strict. It's like, man, I think we had a 7 p.m. curfew for a little bit.
Here.
Was it 6 p.m.?
It was 6 or 6:30. I was like, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, we were in Utah and we were driving back and I was like reading like on our next door app like, oh, there's a 6 p.m. curfew and there's riots and I'm like, oh, should we turn around? Like this is scary. But it's all okay. But that's crazy. How long have you had your curfew, Liz? We kind of California sort of keeps flopping. They'll like go back and forth on like different restrictions that we have. But I'm assuming you've had your curfew for a while because those were implemented in a lot of places a bit ago. That's crazy. Well, I hope everyone's doing well. I want actually a good amount of gloss. So sometimes I'll just do like a little bit of gloss right in the center, and it's beautiful. It makes the lips look fuller, adds some dimension. But I think I want to go pretty glossy today. So we're going to keep getting some gloss. Yeah, Jen, welcome back. We're happy to have you. Marilyn says you look beautiful. Okay, probably the last bit of gloss. These colors are really pretty, these buxom glosses that I'm doing, and they're pretty just for every day. Like if you can skip the lipstick and the liner, just throw on a gloss, and they're fun because they have a good amount of pigment to them, so they'll give some life to your lips if you're just in a hurry.
I do that a lot.
Do you?
Yeah. Because the gloss, it's good.
Yeah.
You just put it on and you can go.
You throw it on, then you have some color in your face, and gloss is so forgiving with lip liner especially, but even lipstick,
right?
You kind of have to be precise or it
right.
looks almost like, I mean, it still looks good, but it just is a little sloppy, but gloss you can't mess up. Like
right.
you cannot look at your face and throw gloss
right.
on and you're great.
And it's great for touch-up. You know, halfway through the day, if I just pull a gloss out and do that, I feel refreshed.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about my
Agree,
lipstick.
especially if the lipstick is like fading or anything.
Right.
I totally agree. Okay. All right. Let's, I was going to show you, but we'll do the before video. So we did a before video, so we'll flash that for you guys so you can see, and then we will do the big reveal. I'm going to show Susie. Oh, hi, Christine. Cute Christine is here. Watching this video makes you ready to get glammed up. Love you. Aw, Christine, you're the sweetest. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so this is the after. Your hair is the prettiest blonde color.
Oh, thanks.
I love it. Okay, you ready to see?
Ready?
All right, here you go. You can hold it.
That looks amazing.
You look so pretty. Look
I
how
love
pretty your
that.
skin is.
It looks great.
It
I
looks
love
good.
Yeah.
Do you like the browns?
I
on the
do.
eyes?
I'm really surprised. I never wear brown.
Yeah, they're warm
But it
browns
looks
too.
good. It does. And it looks pretty natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very good. Yeah. I love
The
that.
brown eyeliner is magic.
I think I love
It's a
the brows,
good-
too.
Do you love the
I
brows?
love the brows, yeah.
They look
yeah.
good. I wondered
Yeah.
if you would feel like they were too dark because I
No,
did darker
I
than
actually
like.
like a little bit of drama
Good.
with the blonde hair, so.
Yeah. Well, you look
Thank you so
stunning.
much.
So pretty. Thank you for coming on the
Thanks, I
channel.
appreciate it.
I hope you guys liked it too. So just kind of to recap, we did powder and pencil on the brows, and then we did a lot of highlighting. Like I said, her skin texture is quite smooth, so I really went in with the highlights. But a lot of things we skipped today. It was actually quite simple. Like I know I'm talking through it, but we skipped any contour and any bronzer of any kind. We did zero contouring. We just sort of sculpted the face and brought life to it just with the blush and the lipstick. And then the eyes were quite simple. We only did really two main shadows. We did a little bit of smokiness with a darker shadow, but we just did sort of the warm color all over the lid, and then we topped it with like a medium pinky brown all over the lid. So go ahead and close. So this is just one color from lash line to crease. Really, it's just those two colors, but we put them right on top of each other, and then just the pencil liner. So this is quite quick, easy to replicate. I definitely recommend you guys try it. And now our streaming schedule is Tuesday, Thursdays, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So we'll see you guys on Thursday.